Hi, welcome back to Future Fast. And for those of you who are here for the first time, you obviously have missed two parts of the conversation with Dr. Taslim. So I'll really urge you to look them up and also subscribe to Future Fast. And for the rest of you, I'll not hold back any longer. We'll just jump in straight into the conversation with Dr. Taslim. And Dr. Taslim, thank you once again for being here with us and sharing your perspective.
Many thanks. Wonderful to be here.
Just shifting the track, how do you see the future evolving? What are the challenges you see going forward? You as a leader and also for as an organization, for between you and the organization, what kind of challenges do you foresee going forward?
I think in a way, as I've been talking to my colleagues, so possibly borrowing from some of the thoughts, as an organization, as an individual, the times that we, all of us built together, the organizations were very exciting. Those were the times where established a few things which were ambitious. Those were not there around us. Those were the times we have done that. We have demonstrated that. Now comes a time where we cannot say we'll keep doing that. It doesn't excite the world outside. It doesn't excite us as well. There have to be newer challenges that has to come forward. There has to be newer clouds to reach, if I may use the word, to do that. And we are, articulating those capabilities. While we may have a sketch of it, but we, as an organization and individually, we are articulating those to, catch now from not establishing and fostering science and innovation, but now taking them at the frontiers of science. The sciences which are, or the technologies or efforts which are not regularly used or attached to new ideas. How can we propel them more? How can we do futuristic technologies-based innovations more rather than something that has happened? So, shift the gears, but towards the scientific frontiers, shift the gears with being global than where we are, and be globally relevant, build global, and bring in the global relevance back here in the ecosystem. So that is where we, individually, I feel, as well as possibly the organization, all of us feel that this is the time for us to shift, as you said, shift the gear, use actually exactly the same term, and go to the next gear. I think we have been driving on this gear, possibly have been good. I think we want to enjoy the next gear. I'm not talking about the speed, but possibly the science orbit. We want to play more with cutting edge, more risky science, and propel more. And because I think we believe confident that the rest of the pieces of the puzzle are in the game. The capabilities, know how to take care of it, how to take care of that. The know-how has been built. So now we can take more risks on a few areas, and at the same time, something that all of us at organization feel be much more, I would say, clearly oriented towards societal impact. I would say, we last few years, as I said, that as our early attempts came to fruition, we actually saw how phenomenal impact science and technology can have, and biotech have, in lives for humans, for agri and others. And I think if we can, do the right convergence of both, we can achieve really amazing that we can be proud of, all of us. So that is where, so frontiers of science and much more societal impact as using frontiers of science.
So at the start of our conversation, you mentioned some of the organizations globally with whom you would like to compare CCANFIT, right? So in that context now, where you see your challenges you obviously have a view to what they are doing. Probably you're interacting. You have some old contacts still, and probably new as well.
Sure.
So, what do you think are their challenges vis-a-vis your challenges? How do you see these things? Are they very different, or are they anyway? You see any alignment there?
I don't think they're very different, to be
Okay.
honest. What they have is an availability of mature ecosystem. They have availability of a mature ecosystem from a research ecosystem as well as investment ecosystem and otherwise. Uh, uh, what we have is an availability of maturing ecosystem, which is it's as I mentioned, and that is a large, very big difference if you make of it, because you can actually only work with the capabilities around us. We believe that while it is doing, it is growing in right direction, there's still a significant delta between the two. And I think that is one, the availability. That has allowed them to be phenomenally, out bold in terms of their approach, which I hope that we at least have been. I don't think we have been very shy, but we can be bolder with the availability of ecosystem that we're talking about, and beyond, according to me. Two minutes, Mr. Yeah, thank you. And so that would be. I think the I would say that that's the difference. I do not want to call it a challenge, but that's the difference that is there. Yeah, I think that is. I'm not saying that we are equals. No way. But there's a difference, and I think there is an opportunity as the ecosystem grows. Organizations like us will have opportunity to deliver even at a higher scale, which would be fun to be at.
Yeah, we are perhaps lucky that you came back, maybe for personal reasons, but you came back and chose to work in India. But there are a lot of Indians who go there and they're doing extremely well out there.
Sure.
So how do you see a possibility of tapping into the Indians who are working in those places, like how China is super effective in doing it, but why we are not able to do it? Or do you see a way of doing it with your organization?
So I will restrict. I think there are national schemes which actually engage on that, but and I think they have been successful, possibly not at the extent of the other countries. But I think that's a huge strength, because a lot of expertise that those people gain from being one of the best, one of the best institutions that they become part of and learn from there. I think it is only and we have actually attempted to build capabilities where we can engage with them in different ways. One of the ways has been to engage with them when as they either look to build capabilities in India. So we have several Indian diaspora which actually has started startups here at CCAM. These are truly amazing scientists, and they wanted to do something in India, and we have facilitated their environment, because if they should think in India doing something really truly deep science and phenomenal, we want to be CCAM as the first choice. That's what the idea is.
Wonderful.
And we have somewhere been successful by attracting really amazing scientists to build their innovation efforts here. And many young as well. So while I talk about established in a real manner, but even young ones, when they want to do something after the phenomenal training, we have been able to attract them to build capabilities here, build ties here, be a part of it. So there are several companies who have the headquarters in Boston, but now they have R&D units here, and so on. So we actually are building those ties by ensuring that the support system that any innovation requires is available for them to put their efforts here, and that is what is very important. Nurturing environment that an organization and institution can give is important to provide to them.
Oh, wonderful. Do you want to give a shout out to entrepreneurs and technologists using this platform as how they could take advantage of this? And perhaps a small shout out to the policymakers if there are any things that they need to ease out. I understand you are part of the system. Perhaps you may not want to be saying it, but if you can, so please do.
Well, I think I would do both, but in a manner that I can. But so I would say that for innovators and inventors who are around there, I think CCamp is always very keen to engage with breakthrough ideas and people who build breakthrough ideas and innovate. I think there are many things that we need to address to solve challenges around us. And I think organizations like CCAM and Young Breakthrough Ideas together can do many things of that kind together. So this is in a way a call for those innovators to reach out to us and see how we can support, because we are building possibly India's best biotech innovation ecosystem right in Bangalore, and we want to take it to the next level. And we are looking for new rock stars to come and join us at our place. So I think please do reach out. I think it's people who together make the difference, make the environment, and we are looking for those rock stars to come and join us. That's the shout out to the innovators.
And links are there for all of you who are interested to apply right below this podcast. Yes, please.
Absolutely. So please do reach out. The second would be to a kind of a strong request to look at in building both regional as well as national research capabilities at a higher level with a high percentage of investment into research. I think that's very, very important. I think building a large community which has a very robust scientific standing for decades gives a next level of maturity in the society, and that we have seen. It is not only for a scientific growth, it is not for economic growth, but the scientific understanding is also very important for societal growth at large. And I think that maturity is further flourished by matching the investments that the I would say mature economies have done, nearly 2% to 4%. I think the time is right for us as our economic grows from moving slowly and steadily from 0.7%. Let's hope within 5 years we reach 2%. Let's have that ambitious target. So the request is for us to look at that and ways to support breakthrough innovations by building systems until the ecosystem matures by itself and can take care of itself. So that would be my...
That is to the policy making and the administrative community. Anything to the enterprises? You do work with some enterprises. I think some people do support you.
Absolutely, we do work with enterprises and corporates. I think you're giving me opportunity, I'm going to take it. I think corporates, as they plan their next decades to be the leaders in the field they constantly need innovations. And many a times now, the strategy has been to look innovations around, not only within. Places like CCAM possibly has nurtured one of the best innovations in biotech in India. And we are looking for corporates to come and work with these innovations to take them to the next level and collaborate with them. So I request corporates working in the areas of healthcare, working in areas of agri, animal health, environment, to work with us. We may have reached out to you or we may not have reached out to you. So please do let us know. We have really some stunning scientific ideas which could be your backbones for leading, being the leaders in the fields that you are. And I think this is another opportunity for us to work together. So please do reach out to us through email or any other social media handles that we have.
Wonderful. So Taslim, do you want to share some experience in helping those leaders who work in the science domain, right, and with the scientific community? Because you are one of those few successful people who come from the core science background and being able to very successfully build an organization with such an impact. So So is there something you want to share? Because more and more technologies are getting into building ventures. But I work with a lot of startups also. So that balance is very difficult to get your core of product building to the business side of it, the dynamics, and also working with people. It's so impossible for some of them. So is there something you want to share with that community?
Yeah, no, thank you. I think I'm just fortunate. I wouldn't call it successful or not. I would call fortunate to work and in the areas that I feel excited about. Uh, so I think for people who are in this field, the only thing I can share as my colleagues and my friends is that I think look for the opportunities and organizations that possibly align with you, what you want to do, and attempt building capabilities there, which will give you that. I think there are plenty of opportunities available across academic, non-academic industry. I think the only thing one has to follow is that what they want to do, articulate it well and put it forward. I think that is very, very important. And I think stay put and be persuasive on that, so that I think as the things going right, I think you can then move faster on those. So I think those would be my own learnings, if I may say. But there are really, really good opportunities, and I every day I feel there's so much one can do. So from that perspective, I think for people who know where they want to go, I think there are really fantastic opportunities around us.
Uh, just a thought. You work with so many entrepreneurs now. Are you ever tempted to think that, I should just go and do it, do something my own?
This is nothing short of that, to be honest. This is, as you can see, this is nothing short of it. At the same time, many scientific work takes as a spin-off as well, scientific spin-off. So this experience is nothing short of it, where you are running
Correct.
capabilities and taking it forward. So of course, that is very exciting. And I think as bandwidth allows, that should be something that would completely a new challenge altogether.
Alright. So we get into this space of the conversation where I ask my guests, would you like to make some uh, predictions? So
Gosh, I don't know. I've never been good at it. Uh, but I think for where I work, I just quickly say very quickly. I think some of the areas that we have worked in, I haven't talked about in this session, but something that we built strongly is diagnostics. India hasn't been a leader in diagnostics and new infectious disease diagnostics. COVID times, we saw it. But some of the work we have done in 2 years in diagnostics allowed capabilities to build very affordable and very highly accessible diagnostics in India from India. I think there is an opportunity, and hopefully, I would want to call it as a prediction that India can be a leading geography in diagnostics if we do well in molecular diagnostics. We have done phenomenally well in generics, in pharma. We have done phenomenally well in vaccines. And this is an opportunity that we have. The second area that we have an opportunity, I would say three, is digital health. There's a phenomenal, tremendous opportunity for us to utilize and use digital health to address the public health component that I talked about in the session. And third, cell and gene therapy. As the world goes towards cell and gene therapy, there's a tremendous opportunity for us to build process engineering for cell and gene therapy, manufacturing capability in cell and gene therapy, biomanufacturing as a whole, to actually be the leader as well. And I think if three areas are built in, the combined prediction would be that India will move very fast in top three, if not further, in terms of biotech world, which also addresses important areas like health, agriculture, animal health, and environment. I think that is very, according to me, this growth is very important for those sectors, and that is as much meaningful for me, if not more, I would say. So that's where I would possibly comment on that.
wonderful. Look forward to those things, and perhaps there is a day you have an open day of sorts where people can come and see what are the kind of work happening.
So
So
there Yeah, so there is a campus open day we have where we would have people come in. It usually changes on the day. We are hoping to fix it on one day. But soon we will have something on those lines, and we'll announce it shortly. We'll share with you as well. Unfortunately, I don't have a date to share, but please look out. Please do follow us on the social media so that happenings from CCAM, which are, I can guarantee you, are very, very exciting. You can be on top and you can be a part of our journey together somewhere someday.
Wonderful. In fact, that's what, one more time, do follow. The links are right below the podcast. And thank you so much. And I hope you also enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. And go ahead, share it with everybody you think will appreciate it, and keep following Future Fast. Once again, Taslim, thank you so much for making time. All the very best.
Thank you very much. Truly enjoyed the conversation. Thank you.